Yes, brother. It's good to have you back. It's been a while since I've done one of these little presentations, and I really missed it. Because as much as I love just sitting in my car and rambling without any kind of prompt, it's always good to have something to base my ramblings on. So, welcome to today's video in which I'll be going through a beginner program that I made that I desperately wish my younger 16-year-old skinny nerd would have had when I started. And as you can see by this picture, I'm creating this as an opposition to Mark Rippetoe's starting strength. Because this guy, this man, this myth, this legend is responsible for funneling a lot of gym beginners into the world of powerlifting, even though they might never have wanted it. Never have they ever set the goal of, oh, I want to get a big squat bench deadlift. But this man, he has brainwashed them into believing that that's exactly what you need to do. Anyway, if you don't know Mark Rippetoe, I'm not going to tell you too much about him because he really is a legend that you need to discover for yourself. But anyway, let's begin. But you might be thinking, I'm not a beginner, Matt. Listen, it doesn't matter how long you've been lifting. This is a game of results. You can still be a beginner after 10 years of lifting. Just look around. Go to a commercial gym. There are plenty of those. Like you see by this physique in the photo, a beginner, I consider a beginner someone who hasn't gotten their newbie gains yet. And once you get your newbie gains, that's it. You can call yourself an early intermediate. But anyway, a little story, a little bit of context around this situation, because I'm making this video for my younger self, of course. This fellow right here. And if you don't want to listen to this, if you want to skip straight to the program, I'm going to put it in the timestamps down below. But anyway, look at this transformation. This was from 16 to 18, 2 years. It's not very impressive, is it? I wonder, what could have gone wrong? Can you guess it? I'll give you a little hint. It's got something to do with this little supplement right here. Ta-da! That's right. One of the main reasons that I made such an underwhelming transformation is the fact that I was starving myself. I wasn't giving my body the calories it needed in order to grow mass because I was absolutely paralyzed with the thought of gaining a little bit of fat. Oh no! I wanted to just stay lean all year round, stay shredded. So much so that when I was in this state that you see on the right, I was actively trying to cut. Like, brother, what is there to cut? Number one, not much fat. Number two, there's no muscle. So even if I did cut, what would have happened? I'd have looked like a skinny little goblin. But anyway. Yeah, so funny story about this supplement. I'm not sure if you remember, but this used to be very, very heavily marketed in about the year 2018, which is when I discovered it. And this was a shredding supplement, you know, a fat burner, if you would. And obviously now it's, I hope that it's become common knowledge that fat burners are a complete scam. They don't work. They're just created to make a lot of money for supplement companies because they're very easy to market. You know, take a magic pill and you don't need to put in any effort. However, this wasn't marketed quite like that. It was marketed as just something to help. You know, on the packaging, I mean, not here obviously, but it does say that it should be used in conjunction with a diet and training routine and everything. But yeah, it was absurd the way I was using this little supplement. I remember very clearly when I was 18, I had my first office job, and when I brought in this supplement so I could have it at my desk so I could take it throughout the day, all my co-workers, my you know, out of shape, mentally weak IT support co-workers would bully me because I had this supplement. And they were right. They were totally right. I was getting absolutely scammed. Uh, I'm glad I know that now, but it's still a funny story. But anyway, I just wasn't giving myself enough food to be able to grow. But that wasn't the only part that was wrong with my whole approach. Da 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 da. Guess what else I was doing? I was doing bro splits. That's right. I was training or all of my muscles just once a week, which obviously really significantly slows down the process because instead of giving yourself 2 opportunities a week to grow or even 3, you just give yourself 1 opportunity to grow, which literally, halves the time that it takes to, no, doubles the time that it takes to grow. But yeah, Monday chest, Tuesday back, shoulders, arms, legs. You get it. Bro splits, garbage. Absolutely trash way to train. Unless, of course, you're taking a lot of drugs. In which case, go for it, bro. Enjoy. Okay, so now it's time for the actual plan that I wish I had when I was an idiotic little teenager. This would have been an absolute game changer had I just dedicated myself to running this routine. I would have been able to get to this level that I'm at significantly quicker. But hey ho, it's a good thing that I made this mistake because it gives me a lot more to teach, doesn't it? But anyway, here it says Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but obviously it doesn't have to do this. I just do this as a guide that shows you that you should leave at least 1 day of rest in between each of these days because it's a full body routine. But anyway, let's get cracking, why don't we? Day 1, you're going to start off with a squat, a barbell back squat, preferably high bar. If you don't know what high bar means, I suggest you look it up. It's a very important distinction. But yeah, you're going to do 2 sets of 4 to 6 reps. What does this mean? It means that, let's say you come in on the first ever time you do it and you manage 2 sets with 40 kilos and you manage 6 reps on the first set and 6 reps on the next set. That means that next week you up the weight to 42.5 kilos and so on and so on and so on until you hit the top of the rep range. And preferably you're going to drop down to a point where you can do 4 reps and 4 reps. And then let's say you work up and you figure out that you can do 50 kilos for 4 reps and 4 reps. Then next week you're going to try to do it for 5 reps and 4 reps. And then 5 reps and 5 reps. Then 6 reps and 5 reps. And so on and so on and so on until you get to the top of the rep range. And then you up the weight. Get me? Awesome. So yeah, as you can see from this program, you're going to do 2 sets of every single exercise because that's the way I train, that's the way I tell everybody to train. I don't like doing a lot of sets because you lose focus, you lose intensity, and it just takes longer. So when you do 2 sets, it means you can put a lot more effort into those sets. So yeah, Monday pull-ups after the squats for 6 to 10 reps. Obviously, if you can't do pull-ups yet, you're going to replace this for assisted pull-ups. I've never been to a single gym that doesn't have a station that has assisted pull-ups. So yeah, easy as pie. Same as with the squats, you're going to do assisted pull-ups, and when you can do 10 reps for a certain weight, you're going to lower the weight that the machine assists you with, and you're just going to crank them out until you can do bodyweight pull-ups. Then after that, that's when the real fun begins, because then you can start adding weight to yourself once you can do 10 clean bodyweight pull-ups. And then, next you have the first superset of the day. What is a superset? A superset is when you do 2 exercises back to back without any rest. And the reason I want you to start doing supersets, even when you're a beginner, it's because it's really, really good to get into the habit of saving time in the gym. And supersets keep you focused, they keep the momentum flowing, and they save a lot of time, obviously. So yeah, the supersets are obviously, they are represented by a square, a box that they're inside, as you can see from the screen. The first superset is going to be incline bench press. You're going to superset that with seated incline curl for your biceps. The reason I pair these is because it's literally on the exact same bench. You don't have to do anything. Literally just take some dumbbells and put them by your side, so that by the time you finish your incline bench, you can just pick them up and just start going. You don't have to move anywhere. You don't have to walk around the gym. Those are my favorite supersets. The easiest to do without any like faffing around. And then you get there and you realize the equipment's taken. Next superset, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do that because it requires 2 separate benches. So you're going to do the pullover with a dumbbell and a decline crunch, which is basically just a weighted sit-up. And to be honest with you, if you don't have the decline crunch available, or if it's being taken, you can do it just on the floor if you find something to jam your legs under. So yeah, that actually can work as a superset you don't have to use multiple equipment for, because you might be able to just jam your legs under the same bench. Okay, day 2, you start with a deadlift. Obviously, doesn't need to be said, fantastic beginner exercise and intermediate and advanced exercise, just a great heavy exercise, but it's especially good for beginners because it uses so many muscle groups that you just get a lot of tonnage, and you start practicing how to just brace and lift heavy weight. And then after the deadlift, you have the bench press. Obviously, benches, it's a good exercise. And then lat pull down, which you're going to superset with lateral raise. Again, you can very easily just bring the dumbbells next to you so that you finish your lat pull down and you pick up the dumbbells and just start cranking out those lateral raises. Then you're going to do hammer curls. Superset with tricep rope push down. Again, you can do these right next to each other. You can set up a cable for the triceps and then bring the dumbbells right there. Bang, sorted. And yeah, that's it. Day 2 done. Day 3, chest dip. Just like with the pull-ups, if you can't crank out clean reps on the dip, do assisted, please. It's especially important with the dip because it can be a dangerous exercise if you jump into it too quickly without allowing your tissue capacity to improve, before you manage to start getting 10 to 15 clean reps. And I mean clean reps. None of this like half rep bouncing out of the bottom, because that is where the injuries happen. When I say 10 to 15 reps, I mean nice and deep and up. Good form. This is especially important with this exercise. So yeah, you're gonna work up to 10 to 15 reps, and once you can do 15 clean reps, then you can start adding weight. Okay, next exercise is the hack squat machine. Doesn't have to be said, It's a great exercise for demolishing your legs, and it's a lot more stable than the squat, which means that you actually get to push the muscles to failure. The squat, your structure is gonna, and your bracing and your core is gonna give out probably before your legs do. So that's why the hack squat, is a great thing just to start doing. However, as a beginner, please don't do them on the Smith machine. The Smith machine is something you earn. It's not something you start with. You must learn good form with free weights and then start using the Smith machine once you become at least an intermediate. But if your gym, for some weird reason, doesn't have a hack squat machine, you can replace this for leg press, or you can do squats again, but this time in a high rep range. Got that? Awesome. Next exercise is the bent over row. Now, I'll be honest with you, I hate this exercise. I do. I don't really like the fact that I have to stay with my freaking lower body engaged just to work my back. It doesn't feel good to me. That doesn't mean, however, that it's not a good exercise for beginners, because, like I said, you have to use your lower body to stabilize it. It's a good holistic back exercise. I just don't like it for myself. However, if I was a beginner again, I would definitely do it. But yeah, okay, first superset of day 3 is going to be preacher curl, superset with a dumbbell tricep extension. And you can do this on the same station. What you can do is once you fail in the preacher curl and you can't get any more reps, you can flip around so that your back is against the pad, and then get the dumbbell over your head and just start cranking them out. By the way, another way to say this exercise is a French press. You might have heard of it, you might have not, but yeah, start cranking those out. I will say this, that exercise can give you joint problems like tendonitis, overuse. It can be painful on the elbows, the wrists, which is why you can replace it for overhead extensions with the rope on the cable station. And I'm going to show you in the next slide how to replace all these exercises if you want to make a substitution. Next superset of day 3 and the final superset is leg raise for your abs, that you're going to superset with lateral raise. Again, super easy to do right next to each other. Get the leg raises done and then bring the dumbbells over and just right next to it, just start cranking them out, and make sure that you stare at that station with intensity so that people know that that is yours and they shouldn't take it, otherwise they will get decapitated. Got that? Sweet. That was the program, mate. Follow it, you'll be golden. You might be wondering, why is the volume so low? Don't I have to do 5 different exercises per muscle group? Brother, you've been watching too many Instagram reels. You need to stop watching the content of steroid-enhanced fitness influencers, because they're not helping you, I promise. They're filling your brain full of nonsense that doesn't work, all right? That's another reason why this transformation happened, is because I was following their advice. I was doing bro splits and I was jamming loads of exercises for a muscle group on one day, and look at the results. Speaks for itself, doesn't it? So that was the program. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. I promise. I promise you won't regret it if you start off with it and you follow it and you actually stick with it until you become an intermediate. And in that case, when that time comes, you can hit me up for coaching, obviously. But anyway, okay, this slide is going to be how to use heavy. So I'm going to pause it right here, and then we're going to switch over to the phone screen recording, because why not? Because I have to actually do it on my phone. By the way, Heavy is the app that you're going to be using to track your progress. That's the app that I've created this beginner program on. Okay, it's going to pause here. Okay, so you see the link here to the training program. You click it. Then it's obviously going to take you to download the Heavy app. Got that? Just going to download it. Awesome. When you're here, it's going to tell you, going to give you the option to save the routine. You're going to save the routine so that you can have it in your library and you can just follow it whenever you open the app. So here you go, day 1, day 2, day 3. You're going to press start routine. Then we go. Now you can log the weight that you use. Let's say you got 50 kilos for 6 reps. 50 kilos for 6 reps. Awesome. Next week, you're going to do 52.5 and you're going to try that for 4 or 5 or even 6 again. You got to keep on doing that until you hit the top of the rep range, like I said already. So we don't need to talk too much about that. Yeah, you're gonna log all of these weights. You're gonna tick, 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 and once you tick, 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 and press finish, and you can add a little photo. Yeah, why not? Add a cheeky little photo. Oh, do I really look like that? Is it photoshopped? Am I natty? Oh, nobody cares. Nobody knows. You're going to save it, and then there you go. Boom, it will be in the app. Okay, let's say you need to make a substitution. You need to replace the exercise. Let's say you can't do pull-ups yet, and you need to do assisted pull-ups. Bang. Replace exercise. Assisted pull-ups. There we go. Now, minus the weight that you do, you minus 50 kilos. Awesome, there you go. Sweet. That's all you need to know for the time being. Don't overcomplicate it. All right, very important part. So now you have your program, but you still have to execute it. So during your session, here's what I want you to do. As you can see here, there's a no phone sign. Obviously, you can use your phone to track your workout, to log your weight and your reps. Do that. Good stuff. However, what you should not use your phone for is to go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go on, like, watch a podcast or something. Do some work that you think you're being productive, you know, do some freaking outreach to get a new copywriting client or whatever. No, just literally come in and dedicate your entire hour or so, because that's how long it'll take you, about an hour to 2 hours, something like that. Just dedicate that just to training. And obviously, music is great when you train. Fires you up, fills you full of energy, keeps the vibes flowing. Here's what I like to do. I like to put on a mix so that keeps me in the flow. I don't have to like switch it around, you know, change tracks, get distracted, lose my focus. And these mixes, as you can see, they're very long. 4 hours, 1 hour, 20, 58 minutes, whatever. Find something you like, obviously. I love epic fantasy music, especially like Japanese pirate music even. I also love psychedelic trance. I love it. You know, reminds me of the older hippie trippy days. But even so, it keeps you in the flow. It allows you to just groove through life, feeling all smooth. Obviously, aggressive rap, it's like built for gym, it feels like, pumps you up. However, be careful about the lyrics that you subject your brain to, because music can actually be very dangerous for your psyche. But anyway, I'm not trying to teach you about freaking neurolinguistic programming in this session. I just want to tell you how to train. So, next things next, you're a beginner, so obviously you have to bulk. I'm not talking to the fatties, the overweight individuals in this video. I'm talking to my younger self who needed to eat. He was a skinny noob, but he did not need to eat crap. He needed to do a healthy bulking diet. And as you can see from the screen right here, I have these categories, which is basically proteins, fats, and flipping carbs, which are the macronutrients. Obviously, I'm not talking about the micronutrients here, because no matter whether you're bulking or you're cutting, you should be eating your fruits and vegetables, obviously. But yeah, for healthy bulking, high fat beef mince is absolutely goated. It's phenomenal, especially 25%, which I eat, because beef is so dense in nutrients, so much better than chicken, unbelievably better than chicken. And mince, ground beef for you Americans, is way cheaper than chicken. Wait, no, sorry. It's not cheaper than chicken. It's cheaper than like steak or like high quality cuts of beef. But yeah, a bit lower down on the protein, but still amazing, especially for bulking, is eggs. Because eggs have cholesterol in it, which converts into testosterone, and testosterone is very obviously important in building muscle, but just being a vital male, full of energy, full of vigor, full of competition. Next we have salmon. Obviously, salmon's amazing, high in omega-3s, high in micronutrients, lots of protein. Expensive though, I can't lie. If only salmon was cheaper. Pisses me off. But that's exactly why you should get your money up, boys. Don't just be a gym cell. Work to excel in all areas. Lamb, obviously also a bit expensive, but very fatty, high in calories, and also high in nutrients. The photo got removed because, I'm using the free version of Canva. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, next we have the fats. Obviously, nuts are at the top because they're so high in calories and nutrients. Again, especially, oh my goodness, walnuts. Walnuts make bulking ridiculously easy. Yeah, next, avocado, obviously. Real butter, olive oil. Honestly, just include more fats in your diet and you're not going to have trouble getting the calories in. But don't be like one of these fools who literally like chug olive oil, because that's not going to end well. Next, carbohydrates. Quinoa is at the top because even though it's not that high in calories, it has a very, very unique feature that basically no other food has apart from spinach. That's called ecdysterone. It has a compound called ecdysterone in it, which helps you build more muscle. Then we have whole wheat pasta. Obviously, pasta. We all love it. It's super easy to keep eating and keep eating and keep eating, which makes it perfect for bulking because it's high in calories and you can just, you could never have enough pasta. Even once you've eaten enough that you're satisfied, you can always have more, Then we have buckwheat. Buckwheat is, again, it's quite high in calories. It's delicious, just like pasta, but it's also very full of micronutrients. It's got a lot of vitamins and stuff in it. Very healthy, very healthy. And last, I put bagels because I have to give homage to the boogs. Shame there's no photo. Shame the photo got cut out of the poverty Canva edition. But yeah, bagels aren't that healthy. Obviously, if you get like whole grain bagels, it's better. But I had to include them because it's just so easy to eat bagels and get your calories in from carbs. But yeah, that was the food section. Obviously, it goes so much deeper than that, but if you follow this general guide, you're not going to have too much of a problem. So smoothies are an absolute game changer when it comes to bulking because you can get in plenty of calories and it's super easy to consume. You just chug it. Now, I will say that a very good base for smoothies is raw milk because it's very nutritious, a lot of calories, and absolutely delicious. Don't tell me you're having trouble bulking if you're not drinking raw milk. And then obviously you can include peanut butter, makes it super easy to get in extra calories. Seeds, also dense in calories, and then banana just to like sweeten it up, add a little tang to it. Then chocolate here, but I must insist, I mean 100% dark chocolate, because any additives just make it not redundant, but chocolate is very healthy for you. It has a lot of benefits, but only the pure form, because once you start adding sugar and stuff, the benefits are not outweighed by the costs, if that makes sense. I hope I said that right. But anyway, this photo is supposed to represent honey. Obviously, honey is like a superfood. It doesn't spoil. I didn't know that until this year. Countless benefits of honey as long as you don't consume too much. Very easy to do that because it is delicious, but yeah, this photo is supposed to represent dates because just like everything here, super easy to eat. You can just eat dates over and over and over again, and they're super high in calories. They're like the most calorie dense fruits that exist on the planet. I hope that's correct, because if not, I'll look like a bit of a fool. But so far as I can tell, it is. But anyway, that's it. However, I want to talk with you. I want to help you out here, bro, because that's what I do, right? You're gonna find a link to chat with me on Instagram down below. So, any questions you have for me, maybe we'll schedule a call to see if you're a good fit for my coaching program. Who knows? I'm not gonna be a sleazy salesman. I'm gonna be fully upfront with you. I'd like to coach you, but I'm not gonna force you into it. I can't. I'm not gonna try to manipulate you into it. But it'd be nice if we work together. But it also would be nice just to chat to see how I can help you, what questions I can answer, whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's been it for the video today. I will see you quite soon. In a bit, bro.